Dance Arts of Columbia provides fitness fun for everyone from 3 years old to adult. Dance Arts is a good environment where the friendly staff makes you feel comfortable. Dance Arts feels that dance is an art form that you can experience firsthand by learning tap, jazz, modern, musical theater, lyrical, and ballet. Dance Arts urges you to enjoy a sense of accomplishment while getting fit and having fun. For class information, call 875-1569. Dance Arts of Columbia, serving Columbia since 1979.
Welcome to Radio Friends on Monday, August the 17th. I got Lorenzo Lawson with us, Youth Empowerment Zone. Welcome, Lorenzo. Good to have you here.
Good to be here, Paul.
This has been a pretty busy summer for you, hasn't it?
Yes, it has.
Almost summer, winter, fall, spring, it's all busy.
It's all busy, but particularly the month of July, we have our summer camps, and we have it all through the month. It starts at 7 o'clock in the morning, and we do programming all the way up to 6 in the evening.
Now, where do you do this?
At our building over at 1002 Faith Street. Mm-hmm. We all during July.
So how many kids did you work with during July at the summer camp?
Well, this was the youth summer camp, and we had about a good 20 to 25 of them throughout the whole month. We could only take that many because of staffing. And again, like I said, we got to feed them 2 whole meals a day plus a snack. We each week we did a theme. The first week was employment. The second week was it was empowerment. Then the third week was education, and the fourth week was entrepreneur.
Yeah, and there was no cost to the kids for coming to this, right?
No.
And these were kids that, if they had not been at your summer camp, probably would have been out on the street.
They would have been.
And they could have been getting into some mischief that they shouldn't be getting into.
Definitely. That's the reason why we started the summer camp, because the parents came to us and said, look, when summer school lets out, there's a whole month where my kid is sitting at home with no supervision and they're getting in trouble. We're talking about middle school kids on up. And said, can we do something? So my staff and I, we came up with the summer camp, and we looked around, and the cheapest that any camp was like $250. No, it was $150 a week. Mm-hmm. And these parents, single parents, couldn't afford that.
They can't.
So we decided we was going to do it, and thanks to the community for donation and helping us, we was able to do it successfully. And these kids really was blessed. Mm-hmm. We took them to different colleges to inspire them to get back, re-engage with the education. We took them to Lincoln University. We took them down to Mobley, to the Mobley camp. We took them to Kansas City, to the Art Institution. And they are really, really inspired. And just Friday was our last day, and we took them to St. Louis to the Soul Circus.
Wow. You know, as I'm sitting here listening to you, something popped into my head. Wouldn't it be a good idea at one time or another during a summer camp, or maybe not even during the summer camp, but to get these kids involved in doing some volunteer work in the community where they see where their work is actually helping other people?
That's what we do. We do that. We have them to do community service projects. In fact, we got a program that's starting this fall. It's called Mentors, and it's mainly for young males, and they will be required to do a certain amount of hours of community service. I want to thank the Rotary Club, Downtown Rotary Club, because they sponsoring us, and also the Downtown Kiwanis Club is sponsoring us right now. And we're looking for more sponsors because we want to take these kids to places they've never been before. Mm-hmm. We're looking to match them with mentors that they might have an idea of a career that they want.
Now, you say you're looking for sponsors? What are you asking sponsors to do?
Well, sponsors mainly is for financial donations because, again, we're going to be feeding them. We're going to be taking trips. We got a trip scheduled for a Kansas City Chief game in November for a reward for them going through the whole program. This is going to be an incentive. We're going to take them down to Kansas City on Saturday night. They're going to stay in a nice hotel. We're looking at getting Jeremy Macklin and Chase Daniels to come to the hotel to talk to them, and then we're going to take them to the Chief game that Sunday and bring them back home.
Well, that'll be quite a trip for them.
Yes.
And that's quite an incentive to do good.
Exactly. You know, most of these kids, they come from poverty background, and they need incentives because where they're coming from, they do not have anything to work towards. For instance, going to the public school system. To them, it's like, it's not for me. They don't know that the education is for them. They think that it's...
they almost think it's punishment.
Exactly.
Right. But they have to be taught, realize that without an education, they're not going to go anywhere.
Exactly.
And they're going to end up in that same circle, that same cycle of problems throughout their whole life. But with an education and people like your organization helping them and teaching them, they can break out of that cycle.
Exactly, and that's what we're doing. Other volunteers we're looking for is career volunteers. For instance, Dr. Fred Williams, he's at the veterinary school, and we took these kids out there, and he showed them what he did and what he teach. He did a simple thing, said, how many of you guys watch CSI? And they all raised their hand. He said, that's what I do with these animals. If an animal die, don't you want me to go in and find out if your pit bull died, to find out what caused the death?
Which would help another animal.
Exactly.
Right.
And took them into the lab. They put on the equipment and everything and actually examined some livers and stuff like that.
They did.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
so this is something that these kids would not have been able to do if it were not for the Youth Empowerment Zone.
Exactly.
So what are your plans for the rest of this year and 2016?
Well, we're instituting our early childhood education. We was partnering with the King's Kids, and that was an after-school program where we want to go even lower. We want to get them before they go to school, because a lot of these kids are starting behind in kindergarten. They never catch up, and they drop out of school.
Okay.
So we're starting that. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, if people want to help out, because we're just about out of time, if people want to help out, how do they do that?
They can either stop by at 1002 Faith Street right here in Columbia, Missouri, or they can call us at 573-256-1896, or they can go over on our website and just Google Youth Empowerment Zone in Columbia.
Okay, and all the information is there.
It's there.
If they want to volunteer, they can volunteer. They want to sponsor, they can sponsor.
Yes, sir.
They want to make a donation, they can do that too.
Yes, sir.
Lorenzo Lawson, thank you so much for coming by.
Paul.
Continued success with the Youth Empowerment.
Thank you, sir.
Program directed by Travis McMillan, Reynolds Journalism Institute, Audio Pat Akers, KVIA, our floor director, Lowell Thomas, and our assistant producer and guest coordinator, Uncle James Mauser. Tomorrow, Wilkes Boulevard United Methodist Church. Bye-bye.